So, hello everyone, it's 1 minute before we start the streaming, and I would like to be sure that everything works on your side, the microphone, sound level, if you can see the video, if there is not too much lag, and oh, I see there is already the chat room. So, hello, thanks for coming. So I'll try to, for the moment, set up a bit, refresh, see if it's working, and we will start very shortly. Oh, many friends on the chat, so I will open things on the... Hello! Up, starting soon. So here I have my windows. Okay. So it's officially started, and I'm still doing a bit setup. Do you hear me okay? The microphone, everything? I will try to refresh the page. Yes, so I can see myself, because for the moment I don't see what I'm doing. Well. Okay, I'm seeing what I'm doing, so it's good. So I see there is a lag of about 30 seconds, but it's normal, it's for video buffering. So if I'm reading your chat just 1 minute or 40 seconds after, it's totally normal. So yes, a bit of feedback. Everything is good for me. Video lags and break up, and chat constantly breaks for me. Oh, sorry, Storm. Yes, I tried to make some tests the past days to make everything looks okay, and everyone at home here can't use internet because I'm trying to preserve the maximum bandwidth, but it will also depend of what Twitch can do. So yes, you are almost, oh, you are over 100 to follow this live stream. Thank you. And so we will start, just waiting a bit if there is latecomers. If it works for everyone else, then it's probably on my hand, says Storm. I hope it's only 1 for 100. It would be something technical, something miracle. I see there is some answer also on the chat. Yes, good luck, thank you. And a lot of buffering. Yes, probably it will lag a bit, but working. So I hope we will find a way to make this work with the speed painting. I'm a bit nervous about it. I want to give a bit of context before starting. So if you don't know, I'm streaming right now from this place here on the screen. It's in the south of France, and we have very good weather, no storm, so I shouldn't have any electricity cut. I'm really happy about it because it's a season with a lot of storm. And if I'm doing this live stream, it's because I want to celebrate this very cool Kickstarter of Krita. So they made with, if you add PayPal, they broke the 40,000 euros in total. If you don't know, this is something for the developers of Krita, and if you think I'm a developer of Krita, you are wrong. I'm not a developer of Krita, I'm a beta tester. I'm just helping and giving feedback in beta test, and I'm around to test, and also I like to promote the Krita. So this tonight is something I do to promote Krita and to be together, also to meet all of you. It's the third time I do a live streaming, and I did the first time last Sunday. It was a test. So I will just read quickly the question. Up. So there is problem with the advertisement. A lot of hello from friends. Good to see you. Yes, there is a developer on the chat, and if they can speak right now on the chat if they want you to see their nickname. So if there is developers, please write something on the chat, and so you can ask questions to the developers during this chat too. And so for the people who don't know what I do, but if you are here, I guess you know what I do. I'm maintaining a webcomic named Pepper and Carrot, and you can find on this address. This is just to give a bit of context in case someone meets this video on internet and without any context and don't know what it is. Okay. Is question for Divad allowed now? Yes, they are allowed because I replied to this one, and I will try to answer them with pleasure if it's not too quick. Yes, a lot of friends on the chat. Very pleasant to see. So yes, I will also struggle a bit with my English, but you know this, and that's part of the streaming exercise. So what I want to do today is for the theme, what we will do on the chat. So I present you the storyboard of the next Pepper and Carrots, the episode 17. And in this episode, we have a creature appearing on page 3. And I want to do a creative design, but I want also to take your help if you can help me to interact with it. So just to give you a little brief, at the start of the story, Pepper will leave house with a big bag, and she wants to live forever the witch of Causa, the three witch who grew with her. So she says she leave, and she leave. Then there is a shot on the reaction of the three witch. And we have a panel where they fly and they go into a storm, a big storm, a big storm, and they crash into a forest. They wake up and they face this creature. So for the moment, this creature is just like a dinosaur, but it can be like a big cat, it can be everything. It just has to be, for the story, aggressive, something that communicates quickly, that is aggressive, but that's a lot of room for us to make a good concept on it. So I hope you are happy with this type of theme for the chat. And if you have good idea, you can submit on the chat. For example, 2 animals like crocodile plus little bird, or and I will try to get inspired by one of your submission. So I'll open Krita and let's start painting a bit. So if I find my stylus, it's here. I will hide the chat for the moment. Up. And open a new sheet of paper. So I will pick, it's one of my template. It's a basic big sheet of paper, but and in gray. Just using this template, there is 2 layers, one background, one scene completely empty, and I'm zooming to 50% like this. In the background, I use a gray. If I pick it, and if you click on this little color, you have a selector to give you the value and thing, and C2, C2, C2. I also use C0, C0, C0. It's a good gray for my eyes when I draw at night. I will just quickly read the chat because I see a lot of movement on it. ferret plus Python. It's good, it's good. I can see how they can work together. Supposed to be cute, but in scary, sharp teeth edition. Ah, yes. I like the contrast to take two animals, one very cute, one very aggressive, with big teeth. Giant sloth, yes. So I should probably show what I'm looking at right now. Ah, super. The python and a ferret is a good idea. Badger plus snake. Oh, that's so good. So I will try to start to do some silhouette. It's a very big classic. A lot of you know it. So I'm taking this brush here. I will hide the chat. I'll take this brush, some black, and I'm on a transparent layer. And I can just do some blobs and quickly switch with the E key on the keyboard. Ah, sorry, I should probably activate something to see the keyboard shortcut, but I will tell them. Oh, and trying to build something like a snake, a body of a snake, but maybe a ferret. So it has a little rounded ears. I should take some references, but it's hard to show some internet pages on the live stream at the same time and keep everything in a Creative Commons attribution license. So if I take some references, I will do it on the second screen. So yes, ferret, but maybe like this with little paw in front. So for the moment, I just focus on the silhouette. And if it's a snake, should probably have no legs. I will put a little marker for the eyes, like this. I try to be quick, so it's not too boring. And also, to be sure it's a snake, I will do some little mark. So it's not a good drawing for the moment. It's just to plane and also to make another idea here. So yes, maybe like this. I just try to plan what type of design we will do this evening. So I see something with a badger also. Alcapa spider. Tempting, but I already have a lot of spider in the comics. Jackalope. Ah, horny bunny. Yes, but maybe too cute. But I always like the bunny and badger, mushroom, snake. So. Six pairs of feet. Ah, that's a good idea also. Not spider, but 6 pairs. Okay. So, yes, we are still doing some planning here. Just developing some ideas and concept. I will refine the drawing later. So, yeah, a badger. Probably a bit bigger. A badger with 6 legs of spider. That can be really And of course, if I find a good concept, it will be the one in the next pepper and carrot. I will just keep it. So maybe with a tail. I'm not sure the badger have a tail like this. I will take documentation later. For the moment, I just developed some idea. And I will put just a little shadow on the floor. This one is like a snake. So I will look at the chat to see your... oh yes, about the theme of my Linux, it's Numix, yes. Numix, but not in red edition, it's in blue. And my desktop is cinnamon, yes. And the icon, it's the Numix, no, the Linux Mint Aqua, the color, just this. A happy little monster. That's a really good idea. Angry ants. I like ants. I like swarm of insect also. Oh, winged bear and a fennec. This looks good also. So I try to summarize in my head. Cockroach. Oh yes, yes. I need probably to go to something insect also. And yeah, the beer, I really like the idea of something like a big beer. So something that can be a silhouette like this with a little rounded and a little eye, some fur. Because they can be, I think all the design should have big teeth to be sure they are aggressive on because it must be obvious when we'll see the creature that it's an offensive creature. So I will even put a red eyes in the position of being really angry. So like this, it's more evil beer, like this. And Mantis. Mantis, the beer with Mantis. With Mantis leg like this, with a bit of a design like this on it. So I will find later how to make all of this belong to the same animal, how to customize it a bit. This is a beer plus Mantis. Yes, for the ants, it will be too difficult. Yeah. Because I would be tempted to draw a swarm of 1,000 ants. And it's probably not a good idea. And I will take a brighter gray just with the pressure of the stylus to make the second leg here. Just to give a bit of depth to the design. For the moment, even if it's crappy, I know that you are watching it and I don't want your eyes to get burned. So yes, so I will start to do something also I often forget is to record, to save, and I'm known for my long format file name. So concept art, episode 17, pepper, carrot, angry creature underscore live streaming. Like this, I have a lot of keywords and I save as CRA. Okay. Japanese giant hornet plus bull. So the giant hornet Japanese, I will quickly look at it on Google. because oh, it's like a big bee. Plus bull. I like the bull idea because there is some horn, and I think the badger should have some horn. Yes. Like this. The big bear, I should probably do a big stronger leg, because if you have all this mass on very short little leg, it's quickly very hard to move. So maybe like this, and I will keep the pattern quickly like this. Made a little shading here to see the big mass. And so I will look again. Putterfish. Ow. Again, I look quickly on the internet in the second screen. Oh, putterfish. Yes. And cat. Yes, but it's in the forest, so maybe the big sphere of point. Everything is more scary when it flies. I do agree, but my shot will be on the floor, so it's a bit difficult to make some wings. And seriously, there is the most bizarre looking things under the sea. Yes, I agree. Elephant plus something else. Ah, two-headed eagles with lion body. So interesting. Elephants I like because but angry elephants because she's in the jungle, and it will give a good way. Sorry, I'm it's a bit hot here. I like the elephant idea also. Because there is this big mass, and you can really make something, even if I do vertical. I will turn off the chat. There is this big mass, like here, with a big here. And yes, can look creepy if I make shorter even more. And a second animal to mix with it. I'm looking on the list. Putterfish is quite good. I like the idea of putterfish with a lot of spike and a big elephant with a lot of spike. This is a sort of idea I would never come with myself. So just with less pressure, doing this. I will use a bit to see that it's this part of the elephant. And for the leg, I'm still elephant panda. I like because this is a sort of jungle. So yes, we can have the mark of the panda on it. That's good. You're giving a lot of good idea. Like this, and elephant panda putterfish. Yes. I start to like this this one because I can make also not eating bamboo. No, it must be something that is that Pepper is afraid about, and maybe elephants don't eat people. Or maybe if I had some teeth like this, they can, with some... Yes, I'm sure that I will get some comments. You know, elephant can be very dangerous. Yes, I'm sure. They almost look like a monster from Mega Man. Maybe like this one. So I will just put some little label on them, like A, B, C, and D. And you can vote on the chat. I will wait just a little minute and drink a bit of water, and we will go with the more vote for the animal. So I try to see how much there is some lag on the video, but it's pretty quick. It means that when I record, I see what I record on Twitch like 30 minutes after. A lot of D, a lot of C, D, D, B, D, D. Wow. Okay, D is major. Yes, I will like it. C, okay. So the A is totally excluded for the moment. This one, yeah, I totally remove it. And I will take like 10% of this one. And maybe, I would say, there is a lot of for the C. Not so much, finally. B. A lot for B. B. So B, 30%, 10%, and 60%. Maybe, do you think it's fair? I think it is. So I will probably start to mix. And we will start we'll take the D1 and I will make some evolution, but I'm waiting a bit. If you are agreeing with this, I think I can go ahead because yeah, D looks like an elephant and a stegosaurus mixed. Yeah, stuffed animal of D. Yeah, me too. This one I want it on my desk now. Now it's look good, but I also like the stripe and the horn. So maybe I will plug the horn, plug the stripe, and we will mix a bit. Okay, so let's move forward. And for this, I will just do a potato selection. So I have a shortcut on my keyboard just to move to this lasso tool. And I just take the D1. Okay, and I Control C, Control V. I hide all the other one. And we will do a little... Oh my, that's a crash. So we hope that we didn't lost something. I have the autosave usually. Yes. And now I have like a frozen critter. Oh, I know. There is the autosave behind the dialogue. The autosave is here. Maybe I can move it to another workspace like this and go back. No. Now it was a known bug, but it's so I can't reach the autosave dialog. Ouch. Okay, so I have no solution to close, just to close it, and I have a empty critter now. It's very rare it's happening, but there is many things that happening right now on my screen with the recording. Yes. Autosave, good. We can say thank you for the autosave of Krita. We lost nothing. So I will just save again, just to be sure. And I will name it version 001 to be sure to not overwrite the one before. Whew. So let's continue. I'm sure it was just a little things. I recorded and I painted all the day and I'd never have this today. I'm sorry to show this. Okay, so I will delete all of this with the selection. Take this one, delete. Wow, just what an emotion. And I'm moving this one here. And now I press save incremental version to be sure. So save incremental version, go to the file name 002 and not 001. I press Ctrl and G, press T and duplicate my model. Press Ctrl E and I merge down. So now I have only the two. And why I take two side by side? Just because I want to take one and start to add some elements of the bee. So the horn, I like it. Like this, and the tail. So it has a bit of badger on it. So I will read a bit the chat about the crash. Ah, yes. Yeah. Yes, I'm using OBS. Yes. And some horn from a bull. And some little spike from a puffy fish. Oh, it's very hard for me to do because, as you know, I also have some problem with spelling, with the Z, with the S, and all, even in my native tongue. So, yes, I think I can move forward with this one, but I will try also something else. We don't have a lot of resolution, so I'm doing Ctrl T. I'm scaling to have a third one. Or even a bit more, because I want to test a bit something before making 1 hour or more of detail on it. This is all the fun part, where invent. So I will enter in a Ctrl T in transform mode. I have my tool option here. You can set up in the setting to have here the tool option. It's named tool option in the toolbar, and I press the liquify, and with shift I resize the liquify, and I will try to make it other proportion, like the front leg. I don't like really how big they are. I think shorter, because an animal like this with the trunk, I don't know, maybe it's not named like this in English, but this part you can probably don't need a big hand because you can grab with it. Leg little, bigger eyes. No, I think it's okay, but it was probably more about this and about the gravity center. I think it's better if there is a. I will accept. Yes, it's subtle, but in this version here I have a curve, and now I have something that are more rooted on the floor. And I will move also the tail. I'm on the wrong layer. This is something that happened to me very often, so you will hear me singing when it happens. I'm on the wrong layer. and I think, yes, we have a good candidate. So I will look a bit at the chat now to see some friends around. Try running OBS in administrator. Okay. Now it's launched. I will not cut and relaunch it again, but maybe it's a good tip to apply. And I will split this part of the elephant. So now I like it. I think I can spend a bit of time on it. There is some various textures. The shape, people recognize the shape of an elephant, but there is the horn, the tail, and the panda pattern. There is a lot of things inside. It's a very rich design, and now I have to make some justice and make some rendering on it. And that's when I will start painting. So I just save this one. Save. I could save incremental again, but yes. Let's try to save. I will remove these two previous versions. Removing. Merging to simplify my layer stack. Control T. I will make it bigger, and I hope I will not get a crash now. Good. Pressing enter. Computing. And now I have my little creature. So this creature, yes, I think if you are like here on the floor, I don't know in the, yes, she don't have the hat. Carrot is on the floor. So if you are like this, and if you are looking at it, I think it can be something aggressive, especially if there is some claw. I think. Yes, it works. Because sometimes doing something original is not it's not the best. It's not necessarily something good for the story. And but as you know, on Pepper and Carrot, I try to have fun with the concept as well. So the first thing I will do to start the render is to turn a bit the opacity down. So I will press Ctrl U also to have the hue saturation value filters, and I will put everything into gray because I don't want this red, but I will try to just make in white the eye socket. And now I will do, I'll just sit a bit more comfortable, a draw layer, and I will draw on the top a bit better this creature. So I take this pencil, or maybe this one, and black color, and I will start drawing. So yes, you see the first thing I'm trying to do is to make the eyes, but this is not a good thing. I always do some mistake. The first thing is to define the main volume, the main shape. Because as you can see on the sketch, there is a problem, and it's all normal, and you will see that I want the eyes to follow a curve, but all of this is a volume. So I can keep proportion by working over the sort of concept. It's okay to keep the proportion, to keep like a mood of it. But what I want to do is to build some mesh, like 3D mesh first, and to get a good feel of what object I'm going to work on. So if you want to see, I'm working with this type of tablet right now. It's an old Intuos. Nothing special about it. It's almost after, I think, 10 years old. And of course I tried everything like Cintiq and like everything, and I always come back to this one and always sell everything else. So yes, I'm just addicted to this type of a large tablet. So I will read a bit the chat. Still like the painting brush and the symmetry tool. Oh yes, some comments about Krita. Yes, about my canvas size. Yes, it's not a big canvas size, but I can get at 50% of the viewport. It's a zoom I very like to work with. Something a bit full screen, and I can enlarge it later. So I start with a default of about this size. Maybe move the perspective. I think it would be great to look up to the elephant. It's a good idea, but maybe this stream will end in 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I don't have a big time budget, so I will just copy the view angle for the moment. Yeah, there is some comments after about the crash and about Intuos. What is my stabilizer setting? That's a good question. I'm in a stabilizer here. I will try to do a little zoom. I don't know, I can't. But it's stabilizer, if you can see, and 30, and without scale distance. It works well on my tablet. I keep the same. Sometimes I go to 37, sometimes I go to 25. If I have, it depends the little volume and what I'm doing. So I will remove the little chat on the corner, and up. Yes, maybe a little volume. That's a creature that eats food and yeah. I will plug the back leg, back leg here, and I will also draw tiny claw on it. Hey, there is 200. You are 200 to view this video. Thank you for being so much. And I'm really surprised that Twitch can work with this audience. And yes, the eye. So yes, if I see now the shape, the other eyes is a bit impossible to see. It would be here if the skull is transparent. And there is a very good method of drawing. I like it, and the tips I really like it, and say you have to draw the thing that is on the other side in your head, just to be sure that you have some perception of the volume. I think it's a very powerful tips to keep in mind when drawing. And so I will plug probably here. It's a fantasy creature, so at this point I don't want to take even a reference photo about elephant. I like to keep the first generic idea. So this perspective, maybe less, maybe less. Yes, taking the eraser. When I do a lot of this, I just go to my right-click panel, always empty as startup. But yes, and I can pick here. I put a eraser and I put my my pencil preset on it. So we have now the big shape. The tiny little spike will be difficult, and this is details. I want to add them at the end because it will be easier to make all the shading of our creature, the white, the black of this panda. It's a fur, but at the same time I will do mixed fur and skin. Probably, maybe only fur. It can only work maybe with fur. And yes, it will have some spike across the fur. It's something very difficult to do because there is a lot of tiny cone all around. But I think it's a good idea of design, and I shouldn't forget about this or cancel this idea. So now I try to clean up the overlap, and more I will take my my first sketch and just focus on my new volume drawing. Okay, so I will take all the it's another brush with a lot of less of opacity. Oh, sorry, sometimes words are difficult. And I just remove just a bit, not totally, but all my guideline. Yeah, I will totally remove this overlap. So yes, we start with something clean. And I could take now a brush and do a second drawing. So make it less opacity and do another layer with a complete and really thin drawing. But I don't want to go to this way. I will directly go to painting now because the detail will appear at the painting step. I don't have a lot of time budget for making a complex drawing. So I will just move on. I will go to Fill and press Save As by Security. So now our sketch can be hidden. I will do a group, the group Painting, and place on it my drawing. I will also create a new layer under, and I will create just a paint layer. Painting, sorry, I use probably confusing name. I will try to take this brush. It's named the Basic Flow. And it's a brush with a lot of opacity on it, a lot of variation of opacity, but a lot of flow also. You can see with the intersection of the brush. So it means that more I will draw on the surface, more it will be opaque. And with this brush I will shade. But just before starting the shading, another important chapter, I will just have a look at the chat room. I'm trying to focus on the painting and after go to the chat room. So, yes, it's hot. And missing the ears. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Yes, I totally forgot the ears. Thank you. And I'm back. I will. The chat doesn't overlap the screen, so I will keep it on the screen so I can see a bit the reaction. That's a badass elephant. Yes. I almost want to add this, but it would be too much, because if I had a piercing, it would mean this animal is intelligent and part of a civilization and everything, and I would start to make a character of it, add a little crown or something. No. So I will not go this way, but I'm really tempted because it's a good character. Fluffier? Yes. I will do... he looks so grumpy. Yeah. Yes. I think he had an invader in his forest, and I think the forest design will be like a jungle. So the audience will probably guess that Pepper go far enough from home in the storyboard. And on my paint layer, so I will start the shading. Yes. I'm trying to going back. I go very low opacity with black, testing, and yes, here I have a brush where I can build up. So I can make a lot of various value, but just this brush with low opacity. It's not nothing amazing. I filling the shape just to have a better sense of silhouette. And there is some overlap, but that's not a problem. I will fix everything like this later. Okay. And a bit the tail, a bit darker. Just the base color. And I'm already tempted to start to shade. So I'm starting to shade the big volume. And for the moment, I don't pay attention to the color or to the value of the body. I just consider it as a plaster figure. Something like in a gray material. A bit like when you do some Blender artwork. You always do your modeling with a gray shader. Or now there is some more appealing shader, but I still didn't decided the light source to be specific, but I think it will go to a default light coming from the top, like this. Yes, just this. Maybe not direct light. I don't want art shadow on it. I'm just testing. It's okay. Yeah. And I will go to more opacity, more and more. So just to note, we are almost half budget, half time of this tutorial, this live streaming. And when I will finish the shading, I will have a look at the chat again. So I'm starting here to make it darker, just for the fur. I'm giving a lot of stroke because I prefer to build up. And I will also mirror with the M key to see my artwork under another view angle. It helps me to keep my eyes fresh about the artwork. So here we have some mid value, some high value, but still very, very flat. And I will start to introduce, and I will reduce the opacity of my drawing a bit more, like this. I will start to introduce a brush with a bit of more definition. This one has some edge on it. I will go less opacity. This was a bit too strong. Press K on the keyboard for darker. Yeah, it's a bit too dark. But I'm trying to start to do some edges. And edges in painting help to define the shape. So here I'm building an edge. And at the same time, I have a brush that does a lot of little stroke. And that will help to give the feeling of fur, but I'm still very, very far from a rendering. I'm still just feeding the canvas. So this, maybe this, and of course it will be fluffy later. Maybe the tip will be white. Yes. And the shoulder receives some light from the top. This part also. I start to organize a bit the canvas. So I probably should draw some eyes on it, because white eyes means that he's totally mad, but after in the story I have some reaction about these characters, so I will go back to the draw and probably draw an eyes. Just a bit more opacity. Yeah, maybe like this. And of course this part should be more white. So I don't detail too much also the shading, because I know that I have all this little spike coming after. And also I'm still doing it black and white, and I have a work on the color to do also. Because yes, maybe we will not limit it to black and white panda, or maybe yes. I think it's look good. Yeah, maybe yes, white panda. If you have some ideas about the name of the creature, I'm really curious about it. It will be for the wiki of Pepper and Carrot after. Yes, because we have on the website a wiki page with all the creature appearing in the story. So yes, as you see, some have fun name. So still a bit on the shading before I'm looking at the chat. Maybe you can see the chat here, but I can't see it at the same time. This is something the software OBS does, but it's on my second screen, the chat room. Okay, this. Good. I will save it. Save incremental version and have a look at the chat. Badass elephant. That's a good name. Pandibal. Oh, I like this one. Yes, I will probably look at this chat again after. Sorry, it's very hot here. Oh. Summer. Red pan font. The tail is like a red panda. Oh, red panda. That's a good idea. The color. If I turn it to the shape of the red panda, I will try to find. Maybe if I type red panda Wikipedia, I'll get something that is, yes, this picture can appear in the show. CC BY, share like, it's okay. Ah, it's interesting. There is some gradient from black and some like orange burn color on it. I really like it. I'll use it. I'll use it. Now we have I have to go to the color. So, interesting. So to go to the color, first, now my drawing and my shading are maybe just the same things. So I can merge them together. So I can paint and erase a bit the guideline on the way. And I will duplicate it, or maybe not. Maybe not, because a lot of things are semi-transparent. So I will just create a new layer and create a layer in color. Color will be maybe a bit not enough, but before this, I'm sure I can do some color with balance, color balance. Because I'm thinking about what would be the best solution to have something a bit. So I think I will merge everything. Not everything like this, but yes, convert to paint layer. Painted merged, voila. Okay. And I will try to background. What if I turn it to white now? Yes, okay, I see. Not bad. I think I will keep a very bright background now, but not really white. I take a big airbrush. I will do a quick floor, a quick gradient. So just simulating something going in the background. Yes, so I will add some quick floor after. I don't want just a creature on white background. I don't like it. Not looking good. And I will shade a bit like this. And I think I will just merge everything together and create a duplicate, because I prefer to work the color with flat for all the blending mode reason. Just some overcasting light with a bigger hairbrush while I can. I have a brush here with multiply. I will just do some casted shadow. just a bit of rendering. I have something for, yes, so you can see better. Yeah, so the casted shadow are helpful just to see everything, where everything goes in contact, like the claw, like this, the belly thing, like the ear, like the floor. So yes, I can define the contact point, sort of ambient occlusion, as the 3D artist would say. And here also a bit of shading. And the tail also shading. So yes, I try to improve the contrast and the shading. I will take this one. Too bright. Okay, and I have some problem with the trunk. Okay. So I will just take this picture and say a view image and do a quick reference on the corner, because I already showed the author of the image, always on top, just as a quick reference to get some color idea. And so I went to this a bit flat to a bit more shaded, duplicate it, and I call the color balanced this time, but I will go showing the whole user interface. And now I can modify to go to some red, but I want some yellow also. Yes. I would like some blue shadow also. Blue shadow. And some yellow for the background, maybe blue, maybe cyan. Yes. A bit more like sky, and yes, maybe a bit yellow and cyan together. It works better, I think. So yeah, now I have of course some cyan here or everything. So I will take the color brush and take white and color them, so it color everything in gray at this very place. I will start to I will do a little pause to check the feedback. Thank you for the how do I pop this panel? I never see it. If you refer to these things, it's just Firefox with an option on Linux always on top. So I can keep this Docker on top, but there is a reference Docker, but it's very faster to just take an internet browser. Spikes, of course. I don't forget the spikes. The original Firefox, yes, maybe the ancestry Firefox. Fonda, oh, that's a good name. Elefonda also. Red Panda color, Mozilla as name. Babar, yeah, it's a classic. zipper, I mean the balance panel. Ah, the balance panel. You can get it on the filter and color or adjust. Sorry, adjust and color balance, but I pressed Ctrl B to get it. Yes, I have some advice to take a coffee and take a pause, but yeah, I will do just a glass of water. Okay, let's continue because now I have only 50 minutes to finish. The time is running and I want to have something good looking. So just pressing M again to go back to my design, and we color it like this, but it's not really a good coloring. And I will duplicate. I will still tweak a little bit the color before adding the spike. But I will add the spike, promised. So I want the background to have some green, because it's leaves, it's trees, it's like everything like this. But I don't want this color to be too much visible. And on the floor also, but on the floor maybe I'll use something like this brush on the corner here. And if you combine it with a blending mode like overlay, you can add like some accident on the floor, like this maybe. It's a bit too saturated. It looks like candy on the floor, like this. Yes, better. And maybe I will add some one here and there. No, that's look good. I'll remove it. Maybe a bit of shading more for this floor. And I will paint a bit of leaves later. Of course, the shadow here is tainted with cyan. I don't want this. So I take this brush with a little and I paint. It's too saturated. Again, I will take something less saturated. Yes, better. So increasing the shading to have some little yellow as I see on this one. I also like the tail is here and not on mine. But I'm thinking, yes, we made this type of tail to have some badger, so I will keep it this way. And I will start to refine the painting a bit. So the eye color, now the eye color I might go to red, just because it's easier to see is Furious on the comic. Yes, Furious one. And as you can see, till this moment I didn't zoom it. It's the first time I start to zoom and it comes naturally. When you start to want to add some details, it means it's a good time. If you start to want to add some details before, it's hard. But at this step, I think it's our elephant design with some fur will look like a mammoth, and I like it. I think we found a good design together. I'm very happy about it. It will be very interesting. So I'm starting to correct this light source with a brush. A little lag with the auto saving, but that's normal. I don't forget about the spike. just ensuring that the right color are in the right place. And more on this part of the drawing, because this is where the eyes will go first to just check the emotion of the character. So all this part have to work. And I pick this color. I try to do here a little volume. I'm reading a bit the Mammoth by Lay 973. Good idea. A good idea about by Crazy Aga about using the smudge brush to make it some spike and helping. Fuck of hair, almost like. So yes, I will start to place the first white, and this will a bit define the higher value. Here, this way, and of course like this. Yep. And I try to disappear a bit the edge here to make it softer, because we have some fur. So if you have some fur, you don't have to come with a background like this, very dark, and here something bright to show the fur, because it will look spiky. It's better to keep a edge a bit disappearing like this when you have a creature with some fur. It works better. Same for hair. Good, 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 good. Now I will add a little bit of yellow glazing. So I have a brush. I will take this one in multiply. Just take a very bright yellow here, reducing the opacity, and I just want to influence a little bit, because ivory is not really gray, or it can look a little bit yellowish, and it's better this way. I will also do the same for the horn here. So it's like, I don't think a creature should have some different type of horn. Ivory and ivory here. It's like a special mammoth, elephant, whatever. And I'm adding little detail. So I'm focusing on the very hard material, the one that have a shape that the eyes want to read quickly. And it's the horn, the eye, and the other part that will be fluffy, so it's okay if it's not so detailed. Try to not disappear my line, but make them a little bit more subtle. Okay. Some details for the fur. When I tell detail, it's not really a very big detail, but it's speed painting detail. We are still doing just a concept art. So it will even not appear like this on the comic, but it's just to study it. Okay, so at this point I think I can remove the cute little panda, because I think it's very fair to quote the author for this wonderful photo. This is Greg Hume, and thank you for taking this shot of Little Panda. This is a very good shot, and thank you for sharing it as a Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike. And we can continue. So for the legs here have also some claws. It's not the legs, it's the arm. Sorry for my poor vocabulary. Okay, the little claws. I will try to make some other one here. Okay, and I will remove this guideline because they are not natural at all. It almost looks like there is some, like a stuffed animal. And before doing this, I will even do another save. Save as version 6. And I will look a bit at the chat. So I have a question, what tablet is he using? I will show it again. It's a Intuos 3, it's a old model, it has 10 years old, and it's a large one. Maybe not the large XXL, but the XL, maybe the large, not the medium. Oh yes, and people answer. What do you not taste some clone tools for reproduce fur because this is not artistic? The clone, yes, it's an answer to a question. Is it possible this won't be in the final design? I will do everything I can to make it in the final design. Will it have 5 fingers? No, just claws. So it's a girl elephant. I'm not sure about the gender. Maybe it doesn't matter on this sketch. Fresh frame every second, but the audio is fine. Sorry for the technical problem, but now we are over 200. It's a lot to follow this channel. Thank you. I got up early to watch here. Yes, it's almost the late evening here. So I continue. I'll probably go a bit quicker with something to smooth, so I can remove and smooth with this brush, this one here. I can smooth the fur. And this way I can remove a lot of guideline. It's okay if I do it on the fur, but I try to avoid to use usually this blending tool, but they are really fast for this kind of work. Cleaning a bit, blending a bit. So I can do the spike. So to do the spikes, yes, there was some suggestion about using a special smudging technique, and I want to go to a little experimental. So I will save, but maybe I will use the deform brush with it. Yes, maybe. Oh, I have still claws, maybe. The things on the finger and on the fingertip. Here I have some edge problem. Try to fix it. Taking this brush. I'll just add a little detail. Here, maybe. It's a stereotype, but maybe a bit of pink here. Good. Up, hard brush, making close. Yes, 3 looks like a good number for this animal. And I'll look a bit to the chat. Stegosaurus spike. Ah, that's interesting. Stegosaurus spike. But maybe that will overload the concept. Just puffy spike. Maybe I will not do puffy everywhere, but maybe on the head, on the body a bit. The Japanese girl, maybe. Not sure that one. It looks like a bagpipe. Could be a good name. Bagpipe. Oh, hey, Art with Krita, which Linux distro is that? Something tailor-made to artists? No, it's sorry, it's very hot. That's the summer here already. It's just a regular Ubuntu 16.04 with the Cinnamon desktop environment on it. So maybe if I go to system setting, maybe it's written somewhere. System info, yes, Ubuntu says 04 Xenial and Cinnamon 3.0. You can find on my website, it's here. If you go, sorry for that, to davidrevoy.com, my name, you'll find on the blog here an article about all my setup and how to install the way I have this computer. Yes, I have techniques very traditional because I'm using 4 layer calc, French word. I'm using 4 layer, but it's only a history pile of layer, so it's even not a real layer. When I do speed painting, and you can see on the previous live stream, I flatten everything together very, very fast. So spikes, and I wanted to do something a bit experimental with the deform brush first. I will duplicate it again. And I go to the here, the deform one. I will probably take the already made preset at the start. Maybe I need something on the scratch pad, like a bit of color, just to play with it, and so I can see what I'm doing, like this. And I will just try to make it more powerful. So deform option, deform amount, 1.0, and this is very, very powerful. Yes, can take it, do something, but move, yes, brush size, scale, angle, maybe. No, but there is a bit of ratio, maybe. No. Nothing good with it. So no, it will be not very good. Maybe just a smudge brush with the color smudge will have better effect. I will try this. No, it will never be enough to do a good sharp edge. It will be always too soft. It's yes, it's good to make angry puffy fur like this or this maybe, but not bad. I'll keep it. Better than what I thought. Little experimentation. But it's not good for the spike. It's good for the fur. Yeah, yes, like this. So for the spike, I will do another layer, empty layer. And I think I will just take this brush. Sorry. I will take just this brush and create a really hard spike. So in white, maybe not, because they would be the same color as the horn, the ivory horn here, and this one like this. So I have to find a good color for them. But I think I will just go to something dark. Press Ctrl U, and I play with the one I put. Maybe something like this. Just, and I limit the alpha. Here you have a little lock. So I will just take the hairbrush and shade a little bit this little spike. Like this, and at the base like this. I will do it more spiky this way. And now I think I will duplicate this very little spike, because I will have a lot of good detail. Ctrl G, T, moving, Ctrl T, just rotating. So yeah, I painted a little bit something here. I remove it and continue. Ctrl G, Ctrl T, Krita, don't die. Save incremental version first, maybe before doing something complex like this. Okay, we are back. So I will tweak them later, because I don't want them all to look the same, but this can help me to make quite a lot already. Yes, only duplicating. I do a lot of Ctrl G. You can see the layer expanding. That's normal. I'm just I could probably do a brush with this, but it would be probably difficult to have some control about it. Yes. That looks good. I press the R key so I can pick this layer and move it a bit. R key, moving it. So yeah, the R key, pick a layer and you can move it. This one probably a bit higher, like this. And of course I want to add more, but the other will have other shape. This one are aligned on something. So maybe it's easier to make them this way. I will just add a little one here. Selecting this, removing. And yes, this way. Better. But I want to add some other little one here and little one here around. This is just the main one, and I want to erase this. So I will merge all of them together. Just Control E, Control E, Control E, Control E. I know that I can select everything and merge them together, but yep. And I will name this Spike. I can also flatten all of this. I don't need all of this anymore. I can just name Paint and Spike. This is minimalist. I like it. And just on the spike, I want to remove a bit. Yeah. So they appear like this. Like this. Thanks for the comments. I'm reading them and I really like them. Yes, there is some issue to fix, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I can always do it better when it will be on the comic. And now I will just add some little more, but hand painted. So yes, this one are more difficult to paint. But I hope they will break a bit the repetitive pattern. Also do some texture here a bit. Yes, I have also problem with this horn. Also I must finish this painting in 20 minutes. So I try to not spend too much time on little detail. So a better edge here. And a better edge here also. This part in the shadow should have a little light coming here, just to see what's happened. I will just try to review a bit the overall. I don't want to overload about the spike. Maybe I will just keep not so much spike like this. And for the hair, I will do a little layer of one you can actually see. That will give the illusion of detail. I will probably hide this up. So I will try to finish 10 minutes before the end. So very soon, in 10 minutes, just doing a bit of post-composition on this, and after to leave a bit of room for question. If you have some question about Krita or about what I just did, it will be the good time just after finishing this one in 10 minutes. So this part have some color and attract the eyes. So I will try to detail a bit this part. And I want something that goes with the design. This looks, yes, like this maybe, but it looks nice, and maybe I want something that looks not good. Yes, I have an overlap with the leg and with this, so the volume are difficult to read, so I will push the leg a bit behind, maybe. So everything will be a bit easier to read, but I have to probably remove a bit of the artwork, like this. Like this, and a bit of shadow, but I'm creating a lot of edges now here, and I will smooth a bit them. Maybe I will put a little highlight in the eyes. Yes, works better. And I will put some brighter hair. Also, all these textures on the horn don't look good. I'm smoothing them. Okay. And very subtle transition of fur here. Very little transition. Also on the tail. A little bit more of opacity. Yes. How about some front crease above his eyes into his forehead? Front crease, yes, that can be a good idea. We'll just create a new layer just for testing. But maybe this way. Yes, maybe it's bad. It's good to make something like this because it shows this animal can have some expression. So I will be able to play with it. You will see why in the future episode. Yeah, so now I took a pencil and I'm just drawing little detail. I still have a little couple of minutes to do it, and I will do after some post-composition, and the post-composition will be some luminosity, contrast, color correction with gimmick, maybe, mainly. So yes, I know that now every user can use gimmick in the version 3.0, so I can promote gimmick, and I'm really happy about it. Yes, little fur everywhere. I look at the, yes, I have all of this part. Yeah, my mind just didn't want it, and I wanted to make some, you know, like little teeth inside. That's a classic, but usually on worms or on creature. But it gives something like of horror, because you don't know, maybe you can drink blood like this. Yes, I do remember that this is a design for a creature that is not a nice creature. And I will add a little, oh, maybe this throne is a bit too important. A little detail at the end, always. Yes, 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 this is, I will remove them gently, like this, to be more part of the design. Yep, and I will add just a little detail on the floor now, because it's just a texture, just a pattern. Also, the shadow is a bit too much the same color than the character. So I will take I will merge now this and this, so I keep the version before, the little details, and version after, doing save incremental version, and I will just change the color of the floor under the character, because it's too much the same color. There is some orange, the same as the character. Just moving the color a bit with a color brush, a bit in the direction I want. Maybe a bit of this color inside. Yeah, so the contrast is a bit better. But yes, it's a bit too much burn. And maybe I can brighten this a little bit. Yeah, this way. Just a airbrush with lighten. I try to not forget to comment the brush and what I do. Removing the opacity. Okay, reducing the opacity, removing the opacity. Okay, we are soon reaching the 2 hours, and I start to be a bit tired. It's normal. Creasing a little bit here. And I will do some post-production now with gimmick and sign the piece. And after we can do some little question and answer, maybe Q&A. So gimmick, just before doing any color filter or manipulation, I like to duplicate everything so I can compare or reduce the opacity later. And I will use filter gimmick. I'm going to color grading, my favorite one. It's in color grading, expanding a bit. I can expand the view. I switch to small to have a bigger, yes, it's a bit fun, small to have a bigger preview. And I'm going to play with the saturation, because I tend to make something a bit gray. So here I can see the artwork in gray. And I see that a little bit more saturation helps the design. About the highlight, this can make a very powerful highlight. Just a bit more. For the blacks, no, it have good already dark value. And probably I will keep it this way. Okay, so maybe it's very subtle, but I win just a little bit more contrast, and sometimes it's sufficient. I also like to go for the experimental way, to go to film emulation, various, and play with the preset here. They are often very strong preset, just going to small again, but they change all the mood of the picture. And sometimes you can have something that looks very good. So you can just press this box and play with the arrow to find good one. Maybe like this one, but I make a duplicate, so I will just keep a little bit of it, like 8 or 6%. And as you can see, it's very, very subtle, maybe a bit more. But I find good this tip to unify all the color together sometime. Yes, maybe this way. And after I flatten my picture, paint, time to make the signature, because I think the concept is done. And it's June 2016. Sign, making it better, and less opacity, like this. So it's over, but maybe you have some suggestion on the chat. I said it's over, but I see that the arms are not of the same color. This is a problem, and I still have 10 minutes, so I will fix this. Just I made a mistake and I didn't sew it. So I'm taking white and I will just overlay this. It's easy to correct, and it's not a big deal, but it's better to see it now than never. A bit brighter again, because it's in the shadow, so I can't really pick the same color, so I just go very little by little, and I still have some orange, but I will take a color brush and remove it. So now I'm open for a question about Krita in general. I hope you liked this painting. And I will read a bit the chat. Yes, a lot of thank you. Thank you for watching. It was a very good experience, and over 200 person. So that's a big thank you for this. There is a comment, show your cats, David. They both sleep with my wife now. They are in the bed, so I can't show you them. Yes, I hope you like the little elephant. I will watch the stream again, just to be sure, and I will look at the question now. Why don't you paint on the 16-byte depth? That's a good question. It's because I'm really used to all the artifact and all the weirdness of RGB 8-byte. I probably paint in RGB since the last 15 years, and yes, I have to test and I have to get used to 16-bit or to more depth. It's a bit complex after all the reflex I have, and I will probably try it later, but I'm not ready now for it. Is Gimmick a new addition for Qt 3? For the Windows user, it's not something new, but it's something now that is more stable that you can use for production. So yes, it's something a bit new for Windows user, and it was in Krita since 2.8, I think. Oh, do you still use your joystick? No, because to use the joystick, I had to install something like a Qt joypad, like a application that make a keyboard mapping to the joypad, and it was really complex. So I went very simple and I use the keyboard. By the way, if you see here, my keyboard is in front. I will try to see my screen. So yes, there is my screen and my keyboard is in front of my tablet. You should submit it to Pokemon. Yes, maybe, but it will be a Creative Commons attribution design, so they can pick it. We are one baker and 15 euro away from the now. You should stream more often, and yes, maybe this will be the last question. Yes, I will try. It will be probably on my channel in YouTube. I will probably do a test very soon, but I'll try to do monthly streaming with a drawing course, if you like it. Is the quick starter almost over? And I think it's a good question. There is 8 hours to go, so I recommend if you didn't made it before, not yet, to join. You have 8 hours to join Krita and to help the developers. They really need it. They really need. Question: do you work only with this tablet, or do you use Cintiq sometime? That's a good question. I bought a Cintiq not so long ago, and I sold it back because I can't get used to Cintiq. I don't like it. I had the 12WX, the 21UX, and I think they are not good enough compared to Intuos like this. But I always fall in I always want to buy one, and I always sold them after, just because the guy at Vacom are marketing genius. Every video I watch is wow, I want to try it, and I can't try it in a supermarket. So yes, I buy them, and after 1 month it's a crisis, and I just sold them because I'm productive with this way back. Did you learn to draw alone or in a school? I did learn a bit, no, most fully alone. No, the school, I was in school of drawing, specific school for drawing in France, but I never learned something. It was more about contemporary art, or how you just do some modern art, and never about drawing. So yes, I just learned drawing by copying some Dragon Ball when I was young. What do you advise for starting Krita if you are familiar with Photoshop? I think there is a guide in the documentation with a guide for people who are using Photoshop and want to go to Krita, and with all what you will find in Krita that is not in Photoshop and everything. So, but I think you will find quickly your way around. It's not the basic features are very, very easy to reach, in my opinion, for Krita. Yes. Krita is a CAD application, so Ubuntu, okay. This, not about Krita, but well, it looks like you're setting up the universe of Pepper and Carrot. You have in the mind to create a real storyline later. Yeah, so this is a good question about Pepper and Carrot. A real storyline, it's something difficult to do because I'm building all the story with a short episode of 6 pages, and I try to make all the story to make a consistent end and a consistent start to every story. So it's very hard to make a continuous story in the background, but I'm trying. You can see that episode after episode, there is little change that makes the big story in background growing. And yes, I will try, but the format is very difficult. Another question. You work always alone, or do you participate to a collective artist forum, fan art, or other? Um, the the main part is with the Pepper and Carrot community. I have a lot of interaction with them. It's the translator, and also I have all the Krita team, the developers, and this is all my friends on internet daily, and I'm happy to say hello to them. So I'm working alone, but I have often some human interaction with this channel, and that's why I'm a contributor in the Krita project, and I developed also Pepper and Carrot. Pepper and Carrot, who do the story now from our club? It's me, still me. But I have a GitHub open with a scenario, and you have a lot of character in your page. Maybe Pepper and Carrot can meet some of them, like the old princess. Yes. It's a good idea to put the old characters back in Pepper and Carrot. Maybe I will think about it. So I think we reached the end. It's 11 o'clock. Thank you a lot for watching again. And I will be around in the Krita IRC channel or in the Pepper and Carrot channel on IRC if you want to continue the discussion. And have a good night or have a good day, everyone. And thank you a lot for following this streaming again. That was a very good moment and good experience. Bye bye.